Most of those who regularly watch my videos are likely very aware that Revelation 4 is about the pre-trib rapture. The Hebrew letter Dalet is the fourth letter of the Hebrew alphabet, directly representing the number 4. And its name literally means door. In Revelation 4 verse 1, 4:1, John sees a door opened in heaven. Then a trumpet-like voice calls him up through the door into heaven, where he first sees God on his throne and next the 24 elders. Many of you already know why all this is one of the main representations of the pre-trib rapture within the Revelation. Pay attention to the number 24. Please note that it equals 888. That is 8 plus 8 plus 8. So I believe the 24 elders are actually the 888 elders, the Jesus elders, a representation of the body most at one with Christ at that time, the bride of Christ having just been raptured. Notice that the 24 elders are first introduced in the book in verse 4 of this chapter, Revelation 4:4. These are apparently those who passed through the open door into heaven in verse 1, like John did. I am pointing this out because we have been watching a chronological structure I've called the April watch season, which begins on 4/1, April 1, with the beginning of this year's Feast of Unleavened Bread. Yet our first highest watch for the rapture on Nisan 16 through 17, as commonly reckoned, ends on 4/4, April 4. And then the overall watch season's central day begins at sundown on April 11, 4/11. Revelation 4:11 is the last verse of the chapter. I just really doubt all that is a coincidence, guys. I will put links to more of my information on the April watch season in the description box. Now, what does all this have to do with the blood moon on March 3? Well, 40 days after March 3 is April 12, which includes most of the central Hebrew day of the April watch season. Incredible. And biblically speaking, wouldn't we expect some kind of heavenly 40-day warning sign of the rapture? While 40 days before March 3 was January 22, which was National Hot Sauce Day, 40 days before the exact center of the April watch season is the March 3 blood moon on Purim in the constellation of Leo, shortly after Operation Lion's Roar began. And speaking of that, if February 28, the first day of Lion's Roar, is counted as day 1, then day 44 is April 12, Orthodox Christianity's Easter Sunday, the center of the April watch season. There's that 4:4 again, another nod to Revelation 4:4. Of course, if not for the last Trump presidency, there would likely have been no Operation Lion's Roar. And I've believed we are going to hear the last Trump sound in the last or final Trump presidency ever since before it began. So I don't think it is a coincidence that Nisan 17, as commonly reckoned, on 4/4 is precisely the 440th day of the last Trump presidency. But if we don't hear the trumpet sound by April 4 or by April 12, then we will definitely be watching Nisan 16 through 17 as reckoned on the basis of a biblical month commenced by the full moon. Nisan 17 in that reckoning begins on April 17 at sundown, which happens to be exactly 923 days after October 7, 2023, and exactly 45 days after the March 3 blood moon. No doubt all this being in tribute to the beginning of the rapture process on 9/23/2025, recalling that 45 equals 20 plus 25. To top it all off, April 17 this year is exactly 1,335 days, 1335 days, after my wife's first rapture dream on August 21, 2022, which commenced our family's intensive watching for the rapture. The penultimate verse of the book of Daniel says, "Blessed is he that waiteth, and cometh to the 1,305 and 30 days." What a blessing we could see on April 17. So there is just no way I can expect the rapture any time before what the Lord has been pointing me forward to, the April watch season. I very much hope to be caught up at that time, and I see the March 3 blood moon as the divine 40-day warning. God bless.